Joining me now is my friend Jeff Corwin, wildlife conservationist and host of Wildlife Nation with Jeff Corwin. So, explain, Jeff, why this DeSantis proposal is seeing, by the way, bipartisan concern. So let's take the politics out of it. And what part of it worries you most?
Well, the state parks in Florida are incredibly precious places of wild treasures that are unique to Florida. Let me say this, Alex. No one does a state park like Florida. As far as I'm concerned, I'm a little prejudiced here, but Florida has some of the best state parks in the United States. And state parks are critical because not only are they important places for outdoor recreation and connecting with nature, not only are they places that help buffer the state of Florida from forever impacting and unpredictable environmental events like hurricanes and natural disasters, these state parks protect the imperiled and endangered species of wildlife that are endemic, found nowhere else in Florida. A number of these parks, for example, Jonathan Dickinson State Park, is the last surviving refuge for a number of species like the red cockaded woodpecker and the Florida scrub jay. These species could be extinct if it wasn't for these parks. And to go in there and carve out this ecosystem, to put in a golf course, has me flummoxed because already Florida has over 1,200 golf courses. In Martin County alone, Alex, where Jonathan Dickinson State Park is, that park, that region has 30 world-class golf courses within 15 minutes of each other. So why does this park need a golf course?
Oh, that's a big question. And by the way, I think there are about 93,000 people who signed on to a petition who are asking the same thing, like why. This is something we're very much opposed to. And because of all this backlash, Jeff, planned in-person meetings to discuss the proposal, they've been pushed to accommodate more people. Initially, the public had, about 6 days or so to review the plans. The former state parks director said the DeSantis administration has skirted the legal process. For one thing, they should have formed an advisory committee that would include state agencies and state park employees. So what's your best guess as to why they're keeping this secret? And do you think they're going to get away with it?
Well, I was supposed to head to Florida on Tuesday to testify, and that got postponed. Here's what I think. You know, I don't get into the sticky milieu of regional politics. I'm a conservationist. Right. I'm a wildlife biologist. I'm an adventurer, and my mission is to work with the thousands of people, and you're right, Alex, people from all sides of the fences, of diverse political views, turkey hunters partnering up with bird watchers to save these incredibly important resources for the next generation. So that, for me, is the focus point. I also have faith because I believe better hearts will prevail here. The Department of Environmental Protection for Florida, the Florida Wildlife Conservation Commission, the Florida State Parks Organization, it's filled with professionals and experts that are passionate about nature, that are dedicated to safety. You're looking at scrub jays right there. So these birds only exist in these certain places. And if we don't protect them, they'll disappear. So I have hope that we will prevail. But this is a powerful reminder, Alex, that you can't take your eyes off the proverbial ball, or we could just lose this wild place altogether. Florida already faces huge threats. In the last 50 years, Alex, Florida has lost over a quarter of its wild spaces to development. And in the next 3 decades, it's predicted that Florida is going to lose an area the size of Vermont and wild spaces and wilderness. That's why these state parks are so critical. They belong to all of us, not only the people of today, but the next generation. But we have to be resilient. And that's why I'm so excited, because this issue has galvanized everybody to ensure that state parks survive.
I hope they reschedule that public discussion period and let you get there and make your plea right there again. That would be great. Jeff Corwin, thank you so much. I know now you're going to have to go scuba diving, and you were hoping to put it off, but now you're free. You got to go do it, my friend.
Gonna go get some lobster.
Even in the cold water. There you go.